She lived in a house with broken glass. And that's all I know, for I never bothered to ask her name, or why the lip of her flask was always wet, as if breathing alone was too much a task to handle without the strength of the drink. Deep in her skull, her eyes sink, like the last of her hope on the brink of suffocating, faith so weak it leaks from her lids in streaks, painting her face with the hurt of her tries. The way she'd tilt her head back and sigh, the smoke of her cigarette a distress sign, but nobody paid her any mind, all because her shirt was ripped and her hair awry. And I was sure the cloud she breathed looked much like her soul, the timid way it entered the earth, only whole for a second or so. How quickly her confidence load, and to evaporate was safer than to show her weathered holes when the world expected to see a rose, but a rose she could never be. In this tall green forest she felt as a weed, and despite her pleas it was the tallest, most beautiful trees who tried to uproot her. So she set herself aflame, and in the smoke she was free. So the smoke she breathes is her savior. And though the world tuts at her misbehavior, shouldn't we be more concerned that the nicotine has shown her more favor than any beating heart could pay her? She lived in a house with broken glass. And that's all I know, for I never bothered to ask her name, but if I had, perhaps she wouldn't feel as such an outcast. Perhaps if anyone had smiled as they passed, she would see herself as whole at last.